dig. It's for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back once again to Aitkin High School tonight on yourliveevent.com. We run it back one more time here. The final game of the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament will culminate with the championship game in a rematch of a thrilling Holiday Tournament championship 1 year ago, with your Aitkin Gobblers sitting at 2-3 on the season, taking on the 4-1 Pierz Pioneers boys high school basketball tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Vold, coming to you live from Aitkin High School as we have reached the end here of this tournament with the pregame show jumping right into the Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Pierz Pioneers. It's a rematch of last season, which was a thrilling double overtime win for the Aitkin Gobblers in that section, in that not only Section 7-2A, but the Holiday Tournament Championship double overtime on the final score of 60-60, which did include a near half-court shot put up by Eli Christie over one of the Oberfeld boys to send it to double overtime, and then Landon Jansen a crucial three-point play near the end of the second overtime for the Gobblers to get the win in that tournament championship as well. But, of course, both teams on different tracks to start the season. Turnover on the roster as well. Gone are a bunch of those contributors from last season on both ends of the floor, but both teams looking to get some footing here to close out 2022 going into the second half of their schedule coming up here in just a week's time. The Pierz Pioneers, of course, getting here with a win last night, 79-36 against the Greenway Raiders, led by as much as 54-20 at halftime. Noah Oberfeld finished the game with 18 points, and Gene Skiba also had 12 points in the win to go along with 11 different scorers in total with that win for Pierz, who are now 4-1 on the season, including a Section 7A record at 1-0, but 1-0 on neutral ground here tonight. But it'll be a road game for them as they take on the Aitkin Gobblers, sitting at 2-3 on the season after starting 0-3 on the schedule. They have won back-to-back games, including last night's 75-28 victory, in which they just commanded right from the very jump of the opening tip, which was a 16-0 lead against Mille Lacs, including leading 43-4 at the halftime break. Braden Smith poured it on with 26 points, including 7-9 shooting from downtown. Brecken Williams came off the bench for 11 points. Alex Palm had 7 points and 7 rebounds, while also out-rebounding the Raiders of Mille Lacs by the margin of 30-9, while also forcing 23 turnovers in that contest. The Gobblers played a very complete performance overall, besides the fact maybe had some trouble at the free throw line. That's neither here nor there. But the Gobblers 2-2 at home, but just boasting an 0-1 record on the road, also sitting 1-1 in Section 7-2A. We get a break here on the pregame show. The Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Pierz Pioneers, the championship of the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. Coming up later, we will check in with Coach for the Gobblers, Scott Stanfield. He'll be coming our way here before too long as the Pioneers take on your Gobblers tonight on yourliveevent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader.
Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect.
Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Welcome back here this evening to YourLiveEvent.com from Aitkin High School on the pregame show as the Aitkin Gobbler boys take on the Pierz Pioneers. The championship game for section, not only for this Section 7 2A matchup, but for the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. The Gobblers taking on the Pierz Pioneers for the second straight year in this championship contest. As a little bit more here with this tournament that has culminated today. Earlier today, the McGregor girls fell to Northwoods in the third place game by the score of 83-41, while the Aitkin girls unfortunately fell to Ogilvie 74-45, a game of which you saw on YourLiveEvent.com. The Gobbler girls unable to claim the victory here in the holiday tournament put on by the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club. But the other game that wrapped up just a little while ago, a very competitive one with the Mille Lacs Raiders falling to the score of 47-41 in the third place game against the Greenway Raiders. And that was the battle of the Raiders, if you will, but still quite the game overall as the Gobblers look to get back in the win column, make it 3 in a row here, not only for this contest, but also for their season as well. After starting off 0-3 on the season, of course, scheduling those tough games early on the schedule for the Gobblers. They want to see what this team is going to be made up of. But now getting through that tough part of the opening part of their schedule, they have certainly competed early on and now look to build momentum going in here to the final stretches of this first half of their regular season schedule. Get another break here on the pregame show. Of course, we'll have our conversation with Coach Scott Stanfield for the Aitkin Gobblers coming up here on the other side of this break, as we'll also get you the opening tips. Starting lineup still coming your way as the Aitkin Gobblers take on the Pierz Pioneers. It's the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament Championship on YourLiveEvent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
JT Station in Fertile carries a variety of items that are sure to meet your needs, and you should stop in today. They sell hot stuff foods, frozen foods, selected groceries, household products, and much more. The Hot Stuff Foods and Deli will provide you with a fresh, quick, and easy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and they also offer some of the best car services in town. They're open 6 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. daily. It's JT Station in Fertile.
We're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Escape the Minnesota winter, March 10th through 19th, as we become immersed in Hawaiian culture and take in the breathtaking views of Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. Enjoy a balance of scheduled must-see attractions and free time to relax in paradise. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, for more information.
Welcome back to the pregame show on yourliveevent.com. Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Pierz Pioneers in the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship, a rematch from last year, as well as we welcome in head coach for the Aitkin Gobbler boys, that being Scott Stanfield. Coach, as always, thanks again for taking time to speak with us before tonight.
Yes, sir. Thanks for doing this again, Paul. It's good to see you.
As we do always appreciate the time. Of course, last night you got a nice solid win, of course, 75-28 over Mille Lacs. Jumped out early. It was 16-0 to start the game before you gave up the first points. And right from the very start, your team looked like they were ready to play.
Yeah, they were, and against a team you don't know about and a team you should beat. You worry about energy, with the kids, and we talked about that before the game, and I thought that they came out with really good energy, really good focus. I thought they executed everything that we wanted them to do. They didn't play down to an inconsistent level, so that was really good to see. That's kind of a sign of maturity, so it was fun.
So talking about the performance last night as well, Braden Smith, I think we had him down 7-9 shooting from outside, and he did a bunch of the damage, but a lot of action as well. Seeing some good play off the bench. Brecken Williams had 11 points. Alex 7.7 rebounds, but a lot of it out to the fact that you create a lot of second chance opportunities with that rebounding play for your team from a lot of different players from last night. I think we had just about every single player that was on the varsity roster had at least one rebound last night.
Yeah, that's unusual for that stat, but yeah, Alex is kind of becoming our glue guy a little bit. We need him on the court to do a ton of different things. Tonight he'll have to probably guard a shooter or a big guy in the post, and he's capable of doing both. I look forward to how he responds. And Braden Smith, we know he's been in the gym his whole life, and he can be pretty streaky, and when he gets rolling, he can cash him in pretty quick, and that's what he did last night. The thing Braden has improved on, I think, is just the next play mentality going, something doesn't go his way. He is starting to mature a little bit and just play on. And if he continues to do that, his growth is gonna keep going and going and going. He's going to be a really good high school player.
Coach, we talked about it in the post game. You wanted a certain matchup with this championship game. You wanted Pierz, not only because of the fact they're a really good team, but also at the same time, it's another sectional matchup as well. You get the Pierz Pioneers tonight, looking from the championship game from last year as well. A tight one, double overtime win. Every time it seems just about these two teams come up against each other, it brings out the best in each other, and it looks like we'll get more of that same tonight too.
Yeah, I hope so. Both teams lost players from last year, so I think both teams are trying to find their way as far as where they're going to end up in February. And like us, Pierz improved a great deal, and by the end of the year, they are a very, very good team like us. And they do a good job getting their teams ready and getting them prepared for the marathon type season that basketball is. And they want to be playing their best in February, and so do we. This game here, we're just going to go out and attack and try to be aggressive, kind of try to control their bigger players inside. They got some good size, and not only is it tall size, but it's physical strength size too, and they're a physical team. So it's going to be a physical game. There's no question about it, and we'll see who ends up on top. But it's always fun. They do such a nice job, and their kids are good kids, and like ours, they're a hard-working group. So it's we're kind of mirror images of each other in many ways.
Coach, you talked about how Alex Paul might have to do a lot of different things tonight, guard a big post player, guard a shooter as well. But who do you also see that may have to play, a couple different roles here tonight going up against Pierz?
Well, Eli Christie will have to also. He'll probably have to play the bigger Oberfeld kid on the perimeter if Alex isn't guarding him outside, or he'll have to play, the 6'4", 6'5" kid. Down low. So one way or another, Eli is good enough. He's athletic enough. He jumps well enough that he can guard a bigger guy, and he's certainly quick enough to guard anybody on the court. So he'll have to play a physical game. I think Andrew Martinson could be a key coming off the bench. He'll have to play a more physical style game, and he'll be ready. Andrew knows he didn't play all that well last night, and he was kind of upset with himself. And he'll respond. He's a competitor. He's learning how to compete, and Andrew will respond tonight.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Look forward to talk to you after the game as well.
Sounds good, Paul. Thanks.
Our conversation with Coach Scott Stanfield for the Aitkin Gobblers here on the pregame show as Aitkin Gobblers set to take on the Pierz Pioneers. A rematch, last year's holiday tournament championship. Double overtime win for the Gobblers, and we'll get more here on the pregame show coming up. We'll get a break in, and of course we'll get those starting lineups on the way and much more as the Aitkin Gobblers take on the Pierz Pioneers in the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament Championship on YourLifeEvent.com.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class.
My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
Just going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby. Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance.
Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School this evening on YourLiveEvent.com. The Aitkin Gobbler boys set to take on the Pierz Pioneers in the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament Championship this evening. The final game on the day and of this holiday experience of the tournament. The last 2 days, Aitkin Gobblers sitting at 2-3 on the season. 4-1 on the season are the Pierz Pioneers. Welcoming back, of course, our color commentator, bookkeeper, Jeremy Jansen, back once again. As we're in for a good one here tonight.
Yeah, I think so, Paul. I think, you get a look at a matchup here. They're big up front. I think our guard play might trump theirs, and so I think it's kind of a wash, and I think we're in for a good ball game here.
Yeah, we'll certainly be in it. We've got a little bit of an extra, a little something special that doesn't happen if ever. Probably have seen it once in maybe the last 10, 15 years. We'll get to that here in just a second. But again, a rematch last year's 62-60 double overtime win for the Aitkin Gobblers as they defeated Pierz in the championship as they go through the school song here tonight as well. The Gobblers taking on the Pierz Pioneers here tonight. But again, earlier from today, the McGregor girls fell 83-41 in the third place game against Northwoods. Aitkin fell in the championship against Ogilvie by the score of 74-45 earlier today, and the Mille Lacs Raiders fell to the Greenway Raiders in the battle for who gets to keep the Raider nickname 47-41 in the third place game this evening. Get a chance here to go through the starting lineups for both squads here tonight momentarily, as Aitkin will be the home team on the designated scoreboard tonight. As of course we will get right to those starting lineups here this evening. Starting first, the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Pierz Pioneers. Number 1 is a 5'9" junior guard in Joey Stuckmeyer. Number 4 is a 5'9" senior guard in Kirby Fisher. Number 23 is a 6'6" senior center in Jonathan Cheney. And number 33 is a 6'4" sophomore guard in Noah Oberfeld. Number 35 is a 6'5" senior center in Eugene Skiba. Head coach for the Pierz Pioneers is Joe Call, assisted by Dylan Pittman and Andy Leidenfrost. As we get the Aitkin Gobblers starting lineup here this evening, another change with the starting lineup here for tonight. Number 0, a 6-foot senior, that being Eli Christie. Number 3 is a 6-foot junior in Braden Smith. Number 5, a senior at 6'4", Andrew Martinson, going to get the start tonight for the Gobblers with a 6'2" senior. Number 15, Alex Palm, and also a senior at 6'3", number 33, Nathan Price, will get the start tonight for Coach Scott Stanfield as he is assisted by Daryl Smith, Greg Hills, and Ben Schwartz.
I think that move there with Martinson maybe is the length.
Yeah.
You know, they're big up front, and I think maybe Coach Stanfield wants a little more length to start the game, and that's the reason for that start.
That's one thing Coach Stanfield did mention in our pregame conversation, talking about going to see more out of Andrew Martinson, going to have to, especially with the length of the size, and of course the Pierz Pioneer is going to use that to his advantage, using a lot more athleticism as well with that 6'4" frame of Andrew Martinson compared to the facilitated guard play of Tanner Nissen getting the usual start for him in that role. But the Gobblers will be the home team, home black uniforms, white numbers, or white letters I should say, with red trim, and red numbers with white trim, while the Pierz Pioneers going across the chest with red numbers and letters in black trim here this evening. So it'll be Christie, Smith, Martinson, Palm, and Price to Stuckmeyer, Fisher, and also Cheney, Oberfeld, and Skiba to get the start here tonight for both squads. Gobblers will be working. We'll start off left to right, right to left, I should say, on your radio, on your computer screens, I should say, here on yourliveevent.com. As well, we're going to get an interesting start here tonight's contest. Before the tip-off, a technical foul had been assessed to the Aitkin Gobblers before the start of tonight's contest during warm-ups, as the Gobblers will start off giving technical free throws to the likes of the Pierz Pioneers. So before the opening tip, it's already 1-0 for the Pierz Pioneers over the Aitkin Gobblers. I've seen this once happen in about 10, 15 years. It happened, I think, in the Final Four, where a player hung onto the rim and, well, during warm-ups, not allowed to do that, but nonetheless, no tip-off. Pierz will get the opening possession of the contest tonight. Come to a ball game, you'll see something different every single time. Well, Pierz will bring it up to the front court as the Gobblers will defend right to left on your computer screens at yourliveevent.com. Oberfeld with the handle of the basketball in the right corner, back out to Stuckmeyer at the top of the right side, being defended by Eli Christie. Now into the left corner for number 4 and Kirby Fisher. He'll drive baseline up with a right-handed shot, lays it in, does number 35 Eugene Skiba, as it'll be a 3-0 lead to start off with the opening possession of tonight's contest. Eli Christie will bring the offense to the front court with Andrew Martinson out on the right wing to Braden Smith straight on with 26 points in last night's contest, 7-9 from downtown. Was Braden Smith. Martinson back up top to Christie. Stops, pops a shot just outside the lane, leaves it a little bit short. Rebound batted back out. Nice play by Nathan Price. Christie for three off the back of the iron as it's going to be rattled right into the hands of number 33 in Noah Oberfeld. We come back the other way with the Pierz Pioneers. Top of the circle now for Stuckmeyer with the handle of the offense. Looks for a screen from Oberfeld. He will get it. Drives right side along the baseline down near the hoop. Skips a pass inside. Kirby Fisher with a right-handed shot. Lays it in for two more, a 5-0 run to begin tonight's contest for the Pierz Pioneers. Pioneers with a 4-1 record on the season. Gobblers 2-3. Smith and Christie play back and forth here. Hot potato at the top of the circle now to the right side for Nathan Price to see some movement. Flashing pass inside for Alex Palm. Gets a lane, skips it back out to Martinson. Left alone. Three-pointer on the way for Andrew Martinson. No good. A rebound loose. Alex Palm out with a board. Eli Christie throws a pass inside. Shot up for Nathan Price up the front of the iron. Christie with a rebound. Turnaround blocked away. Martinson gets the loose ball. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Price with another rebound. Gets it to Alex Palm as he's going to be fouled on the floor. Good pursuit here from the Gobblers early on. I think 3 rebounds on that possession alone to keep things moving and also get a foul in the process to number 35, Eugene Skiba, his first and also team's first this evening. Price, left corner, inside the arc for 2. Good. Gets the Gobblers on the board. First points tonight belong to Nathan Price for the Aitkin Gobblers. 15:58 to go here in this first half. Fisher, Oberfeld left alone outside for 3. Rattles around, no good. Rebound down to Braden Smith. Eli Christie will take the ball himself across the timeline. Back up top now to Braden Smith. Smith looks right side pass now. Get it out on the wing for Palm. Kicks it back out. Martinson left alone. Three-pointer straight on. And it'll go off the side of the rim into the hands of, looks like number 23, that being Jonathan Cheney with a board. Oberfeld from 3 outside. Good. Hits it back the other way. An 8-2 run to open up tonight's game for the Pioneers. 15:20 to go in the first half. Palm outside now to Martinson. Back up top now for Braden Smith. Smith right side to Price. Cross-court heave once again to Eli Christie from the free throw line. Gets it out of his hands. Ball loose out on the floor, and it's gotten rid of in a turnover by the Gobblers. Leads to a layup opportunity up and in for Joey Stuckmeyer. 10-2 the start. And the lead for the Pierz Pioneers. 14:50 to go in this first half. Gobblers trying to establish something offensively other than that jumper from Nathan Price. Christie with the handle of the ball now gets it up top to Alex Palm. Pass to the right side for Braden Smith. With some space in front of him, gets it over to Nathan Price. Top of the left side, flashing pass, trying to get to Martinson. Not enough for him to give it away. Martinson from the top of the left side, backing up the defender. 3 on the way. It is long of the mark and hits off the side of the backboard. Stuckmeyer will bring it up now to number 4 and Kirby Fisher. Fisher, underhand pass, throwing up a shot wildly as we get a blocking foul as Eugene Skiba took it to the rack. And a foul called. I believe Martinson will be assessed. Team's second foul will be Andrew Martinson, his first tonight. Team's second, of course, the contest began. It'll be a shooting foul with number 35, Eugene Skiba at the line. Front end of 2 is good. 11-2 the start for tonight, and we'll see Brecken Williams checking into the game. He'll come in for Andrew Martinson. Second free throw is good from Skiba. 12-2 to open up tonight. Number 2, Kyle Wincher, checks in for the first time tonight. He'll replace number 35, that being Eugene Skiba. Brecken Williams off the bench for the first time tonight. Brings it across half court from the free throw line. Dishes it back out. Braden Smith. Out on the left wing, dribbles his way near the top of the circle now. Gets it back to Palm. Now to Eli Christie at the top of the key. Right side pass now to Price. Inside the perimeter now trying to find their way through the paint. Alex Palm back out to Brecken Williams from the free throw line. Left elbow extended. Dash out now to Palm. To Braden Smith. At the free throw line, backed out now to Nathan Price. Price throws a wild pass in the left corner now for Palm. Palm looks to drive, keeps it himself, fadeawayer, and finds at the bottom of the net. Does Alex Palm for his first time tonight. 12-4, Gobblers trail. 13:33 to go. Loose ball on the floor, up and under, denied by the bottom of the backboard was number 23, Jonathan Cheney. Gobblers with the loose handle of the ball. 3 the other way. Good for Braden Smith. 7-12, Gobblers trail as Christie hits for the first time tonight. Actually, excuse me, Braden Smith that was for the first time tonight. Rebound off the back of Nathan Price's head as we will get a little bit of some extracurricular activity. Gobblers and Pioneers fighting for the loose ball. Braden Smith and also number 23, Jonathan Cheney, fighting for it. Jump ball tie-up. Gobblers will get the basketball on the possession arrow. Inbound to Nathan Price, streaking out is going to be Brecken Williams. Williams stops on a dime, back out to Eli Christie, right elbow. Back out now, inside the arc for Alex Palm. No good, fight for a rebound. Cheney comes out with the loose ball. He'll bring it the other way with a couple of players in tow, and we get bodies flying everywhere. We're going to block foul against
He was
Braden
inside
Smith.
the circle.
Yep.
That was, that's the call. If he stands outside the circle, it's a charge 100%.
So Jonathan Cheney will head back to the free throw line, I should say. Braden Smith with his first foul. Team's third with 12:53 to play in this first half. Gobblers down 12-7. First free throw from Cheney, no good.
This is their 6th attempt, which includes the technical to start the game.
See Skibba checking back in. He'll come in for Kirby Fisher, and looks like we'll see also number 45, Ben Barclay, looking to come in as well. Looks like he might be coming in for Cheney after this free throw attempt, if it's made, which it is. 13-7 the start for the Pierz Pioneers. Quarterback Club tournament championship game, won last year by the Aitkin Gobblers. Inbound from Alex Palm from Braden Smith as Gobblers try to get it up from the backcourt. Braden Smith will bring it across the timeline. 3 points, 3 of the 7 scored by, of course, Braden Smith. Back out to Eli Christie. Christie out in the left corner. Brecken Williams going to fire up a three-pointer from that left corner. No good, but a foul called underneath the basket as it will go against Aitkin, it looks like. Looks like it'll be to Nathan Price, his first, team's 4th already in this first half, including that technical. Inbound goes to number 2 and Kyle Wincher. Give and go. Now across for Wincher as he loses the handle, and it'll be last touch as it goes out of bounds with the basketball from Wincher. Gobblers get the turnover back to their side with 12:26 to go in this first half. Looking for a substitution. Nope, no substitution as of yet, as Brecken Williams will bring it across half court now to Braden Smith, left side. Back over, swings it around now to Eli Christie. Left alone, three-pointer is good for Eli Christie. Gobblers down by 3 at 13-10. Gobblers been down through the first 6 minutes of this game, down by 1 possession. Now back the other way, and we get a lay-in up and good. For I believe that will go to number 45. That is Ben Barclay. No foul called on that one for a charge, but nonetheless, Christie the other way. Three-pointer good. Eli Christie back-to-back threes. Cuts it down to a 2-point deficit, even after the layup. Back and forth we go. Loose ball collected by the Gobblers. Christie the other way. Loses the handle. Up with the left hand. Oh, the Magic Man ties it up at 15. With the right-handed scoop shot as he couldn't get the handle of the hot potato. Laid it up and in for 2. It's 15-15. We come back the other way. Gobblers underneath the basket. Back out to Oberfeld. Steps in the perimeter from the right elbow. Drives the left-handed shot. No good. Loose rebound to Alex Palm. Looking for an opportunity to get rid of it. Now he does to Eli Christie. Can he go for the third in a row? Yes, he can! Eli Christie, 3 threes in a row, and a timeout by the Pioneers. 18-3. The score now with 11:04 to play in the first half. Gobblers back from an early deficit to take the lead. 9 straight points for Eli Christie. And the Gobblers take the lead thus far. A little bit of a slow start for the Gobblers here, and obviously trying to contend with that size, Jeremy, but so far now trying to take advantage of the turnovers early on.
Yeah, and the defense there, they turned it up a notch there in the backcourt, and then just as they crossed half court is when they created that last turnover. So a nice, jump of emotion, let's say, because they were kind of a little bit flat, a little bit scared on their heels, and now they, we can play and let's go do it. So it's good to see.
18-15 the score now with 11 points. 11 to the 18 score now for Eli Christie, as he's now put up 8 straight points, I should say. He had that scoop shot to cut it down to a 2-point deficit, and now the Gobblers in front by the score at 18-15. Gobblers with the pressure in the backcourt, and now a travel. They're going to call double dribble as a turnover against Kirby Fisher.
Kirby knew it too. As soon as he put it down, he stopped. And
Braden Smith will inbound right in front of a handful of young Gobbler fans, and Brecken Williams will take his time across half court. Looking to that far side now, back to Braden Smith, inside to Alex Palm. Palm double team on him, back out Nathan Price just inside the arc, fights for a rebound, gets it back. Brecken Williams up with a left-handed shot. Ooh, too strong off the backboard. We got to fight for the ball, and Gobblers will unfortunately not get the call back their way as a foul called on the floor. This one will go against Brecken. That'll be his first, team's 5th. As we'll see an 18-15 lead, 10:39 to play in the first half. Good wherewithal and a good pursuit. Nathan Price to follow the shot and try to go for the rebound. Braden Smith tried to steal the ball away. Now he's got to get back on defense, skip down low, up with the right-handed shot and in from Jonathan Cheney.
Yeah, same thing with the girls' game earlier. We don't want to get in a track meet here.
Exactly.
Set our offense up, play half-court defense.
Brecken Williams will facilitate as he comes across half court, slowing things up. Looks like Tanner Nissen will look to check in. Next opportunity, there's a stoppage. Eli Christie, top of the circle, stepping back. 3 on the way, no good. A rebound fought for. It's going to be collected by Noah Oberfeld. He'll outlet to Kirby Fisher across half court from the top of the circle. Skip pass to Joey Stuckmeyer. He'll weave his way through the defense, up and in for 2.
Nice Euro step by Joey.
4 straight points and a quick timeout taken by the Aitkin Gobblers. 9:55 to play, 19-18 our score. We'll take a break right here. YourLiveEvent.com.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight. It is the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship, boys side of the bracket, 19-18 with just under 10 to play in the first half. The Aitkin Gobblers and the Pierz Pioneers. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen this evening on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, the Gobbler girls fell earlier today against Ogilvie 74-45 as the Gobbler boys, the defending champion of the holiday tournament. Last 3 times the Pierz Pioneers and the Gobblers have met, it's been in this holidays tournament, and it's been down to the very wire until last year with that double overtime victory. Pierz had won those back-to-back contests in this holiday tournament, one of them going into overtime as well, as the Gobblers check in with Tanner Nissen out of the timeout. Nissen off the bench to Alex Palm, now to Braden Smith. Fed inside to Eli Christie as we get a foul on a reach. Looks like Kirby Fisher will be assessed the foul, and that will be the first of the night for him. Only the Pierz Pioneers' second foul this evening. Gobblers with 5. Inbound to Braden Smith in that left corner. Fires up a 3-pointer with a defender in his face. Loose rebound picked up by number 35, and Eugene Skimme. He'll give it up across half court now to number 33, Noah Oberfeld. Right side to Stuckmeyer. Up top, looking to drive from the free throw line. Underhand pass to Cheney. Dishes it back out. Stuckmeyer left alone. 3-pointer on the way. Off the back of the iron. Hits the top of the basketball hoop of the mechanics that pull the hoops back and in, so that'll be up and out of play. Gobblers will check in a couple substitutions. Andrew Martinson back in. I believe Alex Palm back in as well, or
no, it's
a little shuffling around.
Brought in Brecken back in.
That's right, because I did see Alex Palm come over from the bench area. I guess it was just in transition. Free throw shot from Eli Christie off the front of the iron. Palm with a rebound up with a right-handed shot. Good. 2 points and a rebound. 20-19. Gobblers back with the lead. Driving them from the left baseline. Up and over the head. Oh, beautiful pass from number 35 in Eugene Skiba as he gets it to Cheney for 2. 21-20 the score. We get bodies shuffling back and forth off the bench for the Gobblers in the last handful of seconds as it'll be Eli Christie. Kicks it back out. Down low, Palm right hand, left hand now as he can't finish the shot, but a fight for it down low. Last touch by the Pioneers as the Gobblers will keep the basketball. Braden Smith checks back in. Eli Christie comes out. We'll see Kyle Wincher back in. He'll come in for Eugene Skiba. Wincher, a 6'1" junior. As the inbound to the left of the basket by number 21 in Brecken Williams as it's stolen out of the hands of Andrew Martinson. Loose ball, but collected by Joey Stuckmeyer and the Pioneers. 8.5 to go in the first half. 21-20 the score. Fed inside. Cheney tipped out of the air, down along the baseline. Fight for it down low as now finally gotten rid of and just beyond the reach of Jonathan Cheney. And that sequence of events broken up by Andrew Martinson, who came off the bench.
Just got a fingertip on the ball, just enough to deflect that pass and created that scrum.
That 6'4" frame coming into handy as of late to break out that defensive set. Brecken Williams from the free throw line blocked out of the air. It'll be a turnover back the other way on the block shot. Oberfeld looks to run a little bit just outside the paint. Wincher to Stuckmeyer at the top of the circle. Looks for a pass. He'll keep it himself, actually losing the handle down on the floor. Tanner Nissen with the ball. And we get a foul called on the floor. Looks like this one against Pierz. 7:55 to go. Foul's starting to even up here in this first half. It'll go against number 23 and Jonathan Cheney, his first, team's third of the half, and we'll see. Ben Barkley check back in. He'll come in for Noah Oberfeld. 7:55 to play in this first half. Gobblers trail 21-20. 7:54 to go. Across half court, Tanner Nissen to Brecken Williams at the top of the key. Now looks for a penetrating pass inside. Nowhere to go with it. Hands it off now to Andrew Martinson right in front of the bench. Right elbow. Pass back out to Alex Palm for the free throw line. Dishes it back to the top of the circle. Now Brecken Williams up with a left-handed shot. Ooh, too hot off the rim. Fight for it down low as it'll be a rebound down to Kyle Wincher, but a foul called in the process. 7.5 to go. Sixth foul already for Aitkin. Second as well for number 21, and that being Brecken Williams.
A little frustration foul there, missed a shot, and just a little extra trying to corral that loose ball. And
21-20 the score. Wincher to Stuckmeyer at the top of the key. Now right side pass back and forth to go Stuckmeyer and Wincher. 3, 4, 5 passes later. Now it'll be to a jump ball in the tie-up as Andrew Martinson will cause that, as going up with it was number 45, Ben Barkley. Pierz will keep the basketball but lose the possession arrow on the inbound, as it'll be Wincher to Stuckmeyer to inbound. Gets it to Wincher in the left corner. Dishes it back out to Barkley. Thought about the three. Going up with the right-handed shot block in the lane as we get a foul called on the floor. Driving in was Kirby Fisher. And Kirby Fisher will head to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Andrew Martinson will get his second. Team 7th already of the half.
And we've had so close to that charge. We've taken them, just been with our heels on that arc. And
front end of the 1-and-1 for Kirby Fisher is good. Or excuse me, the basket counted apparently.
Correct, yep, the basket was good. Sorry.
I didn't even see the ball go up and in from Fisher. More focused on waiting to see the call, but the and-1, good for Kirby Fisher. Fisher now up as he checks out on this opportunity. Actually, Fisher still on the floor. Eli Christie checking back in the lane. Right-handed shot fouled on his way to the basket. And it looks like Noah Oberfeld got in there with a reach. 7 fouls for Aitkin, 3 for Pierz. Now make it 4. with Noah Oberfeld's first of the night. 6:57 to go in the first half. Gobblers down 24-20. Make it now 24-21. Game started tonight. Technical free throws assessed against Aitkin. So it was a 1-0 lead before the opening possession. Second free throw is good for Eli Christie. 24-22 as Tanner Nissen comes out. Brecken Williams back in. Nathan Price, Alex Palm, Braden Smith, along with Eli Christie on the floor for the Gobblers. Oberfeld will bring the inbound across the tie line, works it to the top of the circle, double screen, gets it over now to Cheney, who gets it to number 2 in Kyle Wincher. Right-handed shot from Barkley, banks it up and in and good. 26-22 the score. Gobblers down with 6.5 to play in the first half. Brecken Williams left side to Braden Smith. Smith, 26 points in last night's win. Relatively quiet here to start off this evening. Brecken Williams looks to drive. Left-handed shot blocked halfway up, collected by Barkley. Gives it up to number 4 and Kirby Fisher across half court. At the top of the circle, loose ball. Barkley almost mistimed it as Eli Christie collects it once again. Can he do it again? No, but he's fouled on his way to the basket. Eli Christie stripped the ball away in transition, kept it in front of him, just went up, tried to throw something out on top, but gets the foul assessed to Barkley. That'll be his first, team's 5th, as Eli Christie back at the free throw line. First free throw is good. 26-23 the Gobblers trail. Joey Stockmeyer back in, as Kirby Fisher will come out. Second free throw on its way coming up here for Eli Christie. Coming up and good. Eli Christie gets the Gobblers back within 2. After leading 18-15, Gobblers have had to play from behind a little bit here in the middle portion of this first half. 6 minutes to go. Noah Oberfeld with a full head of steam. Dishes out a pass to Cheney, but stolen away by Christie. 2-on-1. Skip pass to Tanner Nissen. Stops in the lane. Looks for an opportunity. Ball flying everywhere, and a foul called against Pierz. Looks like Kyle Wincher will be called for a foul as he tried to tie up Tanner Nissen. 6th foul of the half for the Pioneers. Wincher will come out along with Barkley as well.
A lot of substitutions, both squads early here.
Keeping their legs fresh and trying to find the right matchups, it seems. Tanner Nissen will inbound to Nathan Price off the leg of Noah Oberfeld as it went off the hand of Nathan Price. Then it went off Noah Oberfeld, whose feet were halfway inbounds, halfway outbounds. Out of bounds, I should say. I think outbounds is a word.
Out of bounds.
Shoot on the way. Shot, I should say. Down low, Tanner Nissen. We're going to jump ball tie up as a bear hug assessed to Tanner Nissen from Noah Oberfeld.
Smallest guy on the floor comes up with the ball on that rebound, and
yet the biggest guy on the floor, bar of picking him up wholesale, somehow gets a tie up. Gobblers keep the basketball but lose the possession arrow. Nathan Price to Braden Smith out in the left wing. Looking to hand it off, he will. An aggressive pass to Tanner Nissen at the top of the circle from the left elbow, back out to Eli Christie. Christie looks to drive, stops, pops the shot just outside the paint. We're tied at 26. Eli Christie now 17 first half points, almost steals the inbound away as it'll go to number 4 and Kirby Fisher. Beautiful,
right to the hoop.
Beautiful play, streaking the other way after coming in on the last stoppage. 28-26. We come back the other way with the Pierz Pioneers defending against the Aitkin Gobblers. Up top for Nathan Price. Right side for Tanner Nissen. A 3 on the way off the back of the rim. Price with a rebound. Back out to Tanner Nissen. Second time's a charm. No, it's not. Unfortunately, rebound down to Cheney. Under 5 to go in the first half. Gobblers trail 28-26. Stockmeyer will guide the offense as he gets a screen to the left side. Up top now, bodies hit the floor as we get a stoppage out on the floor as Alex Palm was on the deck and interfered with Jonathan Cheney. Looks like Tanner Nissen will get his first of the night.
Cheney to the line, is that correct?
I believe so, yes. 1-and-1. with the 8th team foul of the half. Tanner Nissen is out, bringing back in Brecken Williams. Front of the 1-and-1 for Cheney on its way, and good. 29-26, 4:40 to play. Now getting the second half of the 1-and-1. Will Cheney leaves it short, doesn't hit anything, as it'll come back to the Gobblers. 4:40 to play in the first half. Brecken Williams will get the inbound from Eli Christie as he'll bring it up across half court, slow and methodically. To the right side for Braden Smith. Switching up, now pushing in to Nathan Price. Turnaround jumper for Price is good.
Nathan Price. Over the years, that's been Price's spot on the court, and he buries another one.
29-28, 3 from Kirby Fisher, no good. Rebound batted out of the air. Nathan Price comes out with a board. Gobblers bring it up to the front court with Braden Smith. To Brecken Williams, right in front of the Pioneer bench. Streak pass inside for Alex Palm from the free throw line. Skips it back out. Back to Nathan Price. It's good once again. Nathan Price is a bucket so far here in this first half, 30-29. Price now with 6 points, but all of them coming in that perfect spot from him, just inside the arc. Right-handed shot, lays it up and in, does Cheney. 31-30. 3.5 to go. We go back and forth here, and a timeout taken by Aitkin. Just a quick 30-second timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com. And, of course, you miss out anything with our broadcast of Aitkin Gobbler Sports here on YourLiveEvent.com. You can check out some of the past video streams all on YourLiveEvent.com and, of course, on the YouTube page as well. Just go to YourLiveEvent.com, click on the Gobbler logo, and you'll find the schedule of upcoming broadcasts. After tonight, we'll have the broadcast coming up on Tuesday. The Aitkin Gobbler girls taking on Barnum here from Aitkin High School for Aitkin Gobbler home events. We'll have that also broadcasted on KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1, The Gobbler. Aitkin Gobbler boys and Pierz Pioneers.
In a great game here, Paul.
Oh, my gosh. Knew something was going to be different as soon as we heard about the technical foul assessed before the opening tip, that there was going to be something in the water here tonight, and it's why not finish off the tournament with the way this first half has gone so far. Still 3.5 minutes to go, and with the way these two teams have been scoring, that could certainly pile up in a hurry here as we go into the latter minutes of this first half. Brecken Williams after the timeout from Coach Scott Stanfield. 3 timeouts left in the first half for the Gobblers, 4 for Pierz. Brecken Williams tip pass out of the air into the right corner now for Alex Palm to Braden Smith. Smith with the handle at the top of the right side, goes it over across court heave to Brecken Williams from Nathan Price. Drives along that left baseline, back out to Braden on the left wing. Streaking pass inside, Alex Palm up with a right-handed shot. Not good enough as it hits off the side of the rim into the hands of Noah Oberfeld. Oberfeld across the timeline for the free throw line, spins at the right elbow, walks 3 or 4 steps, but yet still gets the basket to follow through. Noah Oberfeld had about 3 or 4 steps before getting a shot off, but nonetheless, it's a 3-point lead for the Pierz Pioneers. Eli Christie, free throw line in the circle for a deep 2. His shot no good. Long rebound off the hands of Cheney into the hands of Barclay. Streaking the other way comes Oberfeld. Just outside the arc, all the way, 3-pointer, no good. Long rebound down to Brecken Williams. 2.5 to go. Streaking pass stolen by Ben Barclay. Just a little bit too far out in front. Should have probably taken the time to Brecken Williams, but with it's a 1-possession lead so far, 2:20 to go in the first half, Gobblers can make up. To Wincher, to Fisher, I should say. Now to Barclay, to Fisher. As he'll hand it off to Stuckmeyer, top of the left side to Jonathan Cheney. Right-handed turn-away shot. Basket will count, and a foul assessed in the process. 35-34. And back to the free throw line is Jonathan Cheney, now up to 10 points. 9th foul of the half, second for Nathan Price. As Wincher will come off the floor here for a spell. Back in is should say Fisher off the floor. Wincher back in as the and one free throw good for Jonathan Cheney. 36-30 the score. 2 minutes to play in this first half. Brecken Williams loses the handle, a reach in by number 45, Ben Barclay.
That's Ben's second foul tonight.
7th of the half here as well for the Pioneers. We'll get a 1-and-1 for Brecken Williams. Andrew Martinson checks back in for Nathan Price with under 2 to go, and we'll also see number 35, Eugene Skiba, back in for the Pioneers. They'll come in for Barclay, who's got 2 fouls as well. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Brecken Williams, no good. Fight for the rebound, and we're going to get a jump ball tie-up. It'll go back to the Pioneers. 1:55 to go in the first half. Gobblers down by 6. Coming across now with number 1, Joey Stuckmeyer with the handle of the basketball. Works it right side to himself. Now look for a streaking pass the other way. Just gets it off to Noah Oberfeld. Deep 3 straight on off the front of the rim. No good. A rebound down to number 2 in Kyle Wincher. Looks like Braden Smith might be assessing another foul. And yes, it will be that story for Braden, his second of the half. 1:37 to go and at the line. Shooting 2 will be Kyle Wincher. Wincher will get both free throws guaranteed, with it being 36-30. First free throw, no good. Wincher at the line, the 6'1" junior forward for the Pioneers. Second free throw, good. 37-36 as stoppage here for a substitution. Looks like Kirby Fisher back in. We'll see Tanner Nissen check back in as well. Brecken Williams out. Braden Smith will inbound the basketball to the left of the basket for Alex Palm. Palm will give it right back to Braden Smith as he'll get across half court now to Andrew Martinson. 90 seconds to go until halftime, 37-30. Pass down low into the paint, and we get a foul called down on the floor as Eli Christie impeded upon. As it looks like we'll see Wincher get his second foul. Gobblers will get a 1-and-1 with the 8th team foul of the half for the Pioneers. Second foul on the night as well for Kyle Wincher. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Eli Christie, no good. A rebound down to Cheney. Giving it up now to Wincher as he'll hand it off on a pass to Noah Oberfeld. 37-30, a minute 15 to go in the half. Gobblers trail. Noah Oberfeld shot with the left hand, finds the bottom of the net, falling, fading away from the basket. A 9-point lead as the Gobblers come back the other way. Eli Christie, full head of steam, basket will count, and he's fouled as Eli Christie will get the 2 and the and 1 free throw to follow as Noah Oberfeld mystified by that call. Second foul of the half for Noah Oberfeld with just over a minute to go. Palms of the sky, Noah Oberfeld still questioning. And nonetheless, second foul for him, 9th of the half as well for the Pioneers. 39-32, and 1 free throw for Eli Christie, back again. Up on its way and good. 39-33. As Noah Oberfeld will come off the floor. Ben Barclay back in for the Pioneers. Most likely for the rest of this half as well. 1 minute to go until halftime. Stuckmeyer will control the offense from the top of the circle. Gets a screen to the left side. Now back over to and down low. Jonathan Cheney, last one to touch it after a high pass from Eugene Skiba.
6 turnover for the Pioneers this half.
Inbound will go to the Tanner Nissen. Gobblers down by 6, 48 seconds to play until halftime. Looking to the left side, 3 on the way from Christie, no good. Long rebound's going to be fought for and collected by Joey Stuckmeyer as he'll take it down the length of the floor into left corner. Loses the handle, but still Fisher dishes a pass out to Jonathan Cheney outside the paint to Stuckmeyer, stolen away by Tanner Nissen. Out in front, stolen back the other way. Player down to the floor for Pierz as a near travel, but nothing called against Pierz with 22 seconds to go until halftime. It was Skiba down at mid-court, but he's back up to get back involved in the play with 15 to go on the clock. Stuckmeyer will hold. setting up the offense for most likely the final shot of the half. Fisher to Stuckmeyer from the right elbow, spins in the lane, right-handed floater off the back of the rim, put back by Barkley is going to be good with 1 second to go, and that will end the half 41-33. Pierz takes the halftime lead at 8, and the Gobblers will trail going into the halftime break as well. Step aside here for a break, take a look back at this back and forth first half that we had as the Pierz Pioneers hold that halftime lead 41-33 on yourliveevent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
JT's Station in Fertile carries a variety of items that are sure to meet your needs, and you should stop in today. They sell hot stuff foods, frozen foods, selected groceries, household products, and much more. The Hot Stuff Foods and Deli will provide you with a fresh, quick, and easy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and they also offer some of the best car services in town. They're open 6 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. daily. It's JT's Station in Fertile.
We're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Escape the Minnesota winter, March 10th through 19th, as we become immersed in Hawaiian culture and take in the breathtaking views of Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. Enjoy a balance of scheduled must-see attractions and free time to relax in paradise. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, for more information.
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight. YourLiveEvent.com. 41-33 the halftime score. Pierz Pioneers on top of the Aitkin Gobblers in the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship here this evening, as a back and forth first half. Excitement up and down the floor on both ends, with the Aitkin Gobblers falling on the short end here, at least into the first half. It trailed early on by as much as 10 points to open up the contest, but eventually tied it. Took the lead at one point by 3 points, and it was a run and gun kind of situation for both teams early on, but things started to settle down. And Paul Volt, Jeremy Jansen here at the halftime break. Things started to open up a little bit more on both ends of the floor for both teams, Jeremy.
Yeah, it was tightly contested early. Not a lot of turnovers on either team. Pierz 7 in the first half to the Gobblers 5. Rebounds equal at 13. The one thing I'll say about that, the Gobblers led in the boards. They were up by 5 rebounds, and I think where that score kind of crept away was when Pierz took over some rebounds on the offensive side of the court, and were able to get some putbacks and get that little bit of an edge here, an 8-point lead, and here we sit, Gobblers down 8, but a nice fight back for the Gobblers down early, but 10-2 or 12-2, they were down early and ended up taking the lead 18-15. So I think we're in for a treat in the second half here, leading the way for the Gobblers. 20 points and 3 rebounds for Eli Christie, having a nice half. And Nathan Price, 6 points, 4 boards. For the Pierz Pioneers, you've got Jonathan Cheney with 11 points and 5 boards, and Noah Oberfeld, 8 points, 2 boards. So some balanced scoring, though, and I look forward to this second half.
Yeah, it will be quite the second half. Gobblers trail 41-33. Also with their out-of-town scoreboard, Minnesota Wild down 1-0. Just a minute left in that first period of action, taking on the Dallas Stars, as the Wild looking up at the Stars here. Of course, in the standings, 42 points the Wild are, but the Stars at 48 points. Big one as of late for the Wild that have been playing really good hockey, so they've got quite the matchup, down 1-0 so far, just near the last few seconds of that first period of action. But we've got one half of basketball in the books, 41-33. Gobblers trail against the Pierz Pioneers. Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship on YourLiveEvent.com.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class. My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
I was going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby. Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers.
Go All-Stars.
Welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com from the Aitkin High School Gymnasium. It's the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. Just a few minutes left in this halftime break. Gobblers trail 41-33 against the Pierz Pioneers. Paul Volt, Jeremy Jansen, of course, right as we go into the break, find out the Minnesota Wild tied it up with Kirill Kaprizov. Another goal scored in the final minute of the first period, so most likely will be a 1-1 tie going into that first intermission as well. But as we go into the second half, I know that it's going to be highly contested. It's going to be, one of those, whichever team ends up with the ball last will come out with the win here tonight, Jeremy. I think one thing is definitely, turnovers were fairly low in the first half for both teams, correct?
Yep, up and down the court, 7 again for the Pioneers, 5 for the Gobblers.
Yeah.
The Gobblers, I think game plan coming into this was taking points away from Noah Oberfeld, and he's only got 8. I think he had 20 in yesterday's game, and a nice player for Pierz, and so Alex has done a nice job in the first half, making him take shots probably that he doesn't want to, and that's what we want. So where we have to maybe get a body on somebody is that Jonathan Cheney. He can really leap, and that's where those offensive putbacks have come for him. So
stolen possessions going into the second half, that's going to be especially crucial, and try to sneak right through, because the Gobblers had done well for the most part, up obviously with the last couple minutes, couple empty possessions, and then just a couple late sneaks for some layups for the Pierz Pioneers. Ultimately built out. It was a 6-point lead down to a 3-point lead, and kind of squeezed out to an 8-point lead in the last few moments of that first half. But
I think we were tied at 30.
Yes.
So 11-3 run to close out that half. Gobblers have 4 players on the score sheet where you've got Pierz with 7. So Gobblers are going to need a few more players to help out there, and look forward to this second half.
Second half coming up here after another break. 41-33 our halftime score. Pierz leads the Aitkin Gobblers. It's the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship. Gobblers, the defending champions, holding on to that crown. They'd like to keep it for another year. We'll get you that second half coming up here after a break on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than...
Welcome back to Aitkin High School tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobblers trail to start off the second half against the Pierz Pioneers in the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship. Quick update, out-of-town scoreboard, a 7-0 lead for the Dallas Cowboys against the Tennessee Titans on 3WIEM 1270, 96.3 FM. Last Thursday night football game of the season it will be with the Dallas Cowboys. A 1-yard rushing touchdown from Zeke Elliott. And I'm sure that Tony Pollard did about 99% of the carrying. It just still amazes me. They have Tony Pollard, who's just been a guy for them the last 4 or 5 years, and yet Zeke Elliott always gets the 1-yard rushing score after he carries the ball for 85 yards on the drive.
If I were Dallas Cowboys, Elliott would sit on the sidelines because I think Pollard can do everything that Elliott's done for him. So.
Absolutely, and it certainly has been this season. And talking about shouldering the burden, the Gobblers here to start off the second half will trail 41-33. 18 minutes of regulation time separate us from crowning another champion in the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament. As we'll get the start of the second half here as a late stop, or looks like we might need to clean something up here off the floor. One of the officials grabbing a towel. I have a little bit of some spillage out on the floor here. Fans making their way over from the area as well. A couple of young fans also assisting, picking up some towels. Someone might have spilled a drink, looks like. Looks like we'll get ready here for the start of the second half here in just a few moments. 41-33 our halftime score. Again, Eli Christie 20 first half points as well. Jonathan Chaney 11 in that first half to lead the Pierz Pioneers. Looks like we are set and ready to go here at the start of the second half. Cleanup crew did their job. We'll do our job by getting the start of the second half here underway. Gobblers will get the opening possession to start the second half as Eli Christie will inbound right at midcourt. As it'll go to Braden Smith as he'll establish the offense across the timeline. Works it left side to Aitkin Price. Handoff to Christie. Throws up an awkward floating shot. Down low in the paint. Rebounded out to Jonathan Chaney as the Gobblers come up empty in their opening possession to start the second half. Bringing it across half court now will be Joey Stuckmeyer. Stuckmeyer will go to the left side, handing it off now to number 4 in Kirby Fisher. Right side pass. Down low back to Fisher once again as he'll get it to the free throw line and back out for number 23, Jonathan Chaney. Stuckmeyer with the handle of the basketball, up by 8 to Chaney once again. Now actually it's number 35, Eugene Skiba. Now to number 1 and Joey Stuckmeyer, right side to Fisher. Down low, back to Skiba. Looks to get rid of the pass, ball loose out on the floor, and it's kept alive by Fisher. Down low to Chaney. Right-handed shot up and in for Chaney. Gets the 2 to start the half as it will be a 10-point lead at 43-33.
We got to deny that ball to Chaney right there on that doorstep. He can just jump and set it right in the hoop.
Martinson gets a pass over to Braden Smith. Back over to Andrew Martinson, left side, now at the top of the key for Braden Smith. Held relatively quiet in that first half. Turnaround jumper good for Braden Smith.
Ask and you shall receive, Paul.
There we go. Needed more scoring from more players. Braden Smith's got himself on the scoreboard once again. Now with 5 points in the half as Nathan Price swats it out of the hands of Chaney. But the Pioneers continue to hold with Stuckmeyer at the top of the circle. Pass to Noah Oberfeld on the right side, 8 first half points. He'll back out near his bench towards the middle of the floor. To Alex Palm, working him against him, strips it out of the hands. Ball loose out on the floor, and we get a foul called as it was Eli Christie trying to take out the basketball away from the hands of Noah Oberfeld. And that's Eli Christie's first foul of the night. First of the second half with 16-12 to play in the first half.
Alex tipped that ball, tapped it away, and it hit Oberfeld. Otherwise, he's got a clear break there.
As it'll go to Stuckmeyer off the inbound, reestablishing across half court now for the Pierz Pioneers, defended by Braden Smith. Stuckmeyer gets it to Oberfeld at the top of the circle, gets a screen from Chaney, switching on the defender. Chaney through the middle, up with the right-handed shot. Basket counts and fouled as Chaney will get the 2 and the extra to come through. As it'll go to Martinson, it looks like, on the next foul. Unfortunately, that's back-to-back fouls for the Gobblers. And for Martinson, that's his 3rd of the contest. Jonathan Chaney.
6th attempt from the line for Chaney.
Back at the free throw line, and one free throw no good. Martinson gets the rebound. 45-35 our score. To Eli Christie across half court, the free throw line. Stops, pops a shot off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound down to Fisher.
I think we've had 4 charges where we've drawn but not gotten the call. It's been a charge, or it's been a block because we've been in the half circle there.
Cheney's opportunity to get 2 more hard off the backboard and rebounded down to Andrew Martinson. Martinson with a pass back up top to Nathan Price. Price looks for a pass to the right side, looking for some switch on the movement now to the right wing for the likes of Eli Christie. Banks it up and in for Alex Palm. 45-37 now the deficit for the Gobblers. 15 minutes left in regulation. The first 3 minutes in, been fairly even overall. Cross half court. Now ball loose on the floor. Braden Smith trying to beat the foot race of Joey Stuckmeyer as he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket and keeps it into the Gobbler hands. A foul assessed to Stuckmeyer. It looks like that'll be his first. Team's first of the half as well. Andrew Martinson will inbound to the extreme right side of the basket. As the Gobblers trailing 45-37. Inbound to Braden Smith. Draws right baseline floater on the way off the back of the rim, no good. Collected by Stuckmeyer. Brings it across half court, setting up the offense. Slowing up right at the top of the circle now. Looks for a pass right side to Kirby Fisher. Fisher up top to Noah Oberfeld. Left-handed three-pointer on the way off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound down to Eli Christie. 1-on-3 the other way, 1-on-4 now as he'll wait for reinforcements. Eli Christie back to the right side for Christie again after a pass from Braden Smith. At the free throw line, right-handed floater, banks it up and in. Eli Christie cuts it down to a 6-point deficit.
Tough shot by Eli. Drew the contact on the floor and still went up. I thought there was a little body on that, maybe a foul.
Gobblers get the benefit of the shooter's roll. 3 on the way from Stuckmeyer at the back of the rim, no good. Fight for rebound. Stuckmeyer left it and got it in to the hands of Noah Oberfeld. Backhanded shot. They're going to call travel. A travel on Noah Oberfeld. Shot will not go.
He switched pivot feet is what the call is there.
As if he didn't have enough problems being left-handed, coming from another left-hander itself.
Right. I hear you.
Yep.
Although I shoot a basketball right-handed, if you can believe that.
Well, I thought I was weird.
I throw darts right-handed too. So.
Hey, whatever works for you. Absolutely. I'm not going to judge you. 45-39 the score. Under 14 to go, and we get a foul called on the offensive end for the Gobblers. And a charge, it looks like they'll be assessed to, Andrew Martinson. That's going to be number 4 for him. He'll come off the floor. And that's going to bring in Brecken Williams. Andrew checks out. He'll sit on the bench for some time now with 4 fouls, and Joey Stuckmeyer will bring it up to the front court for the Pierz Pioneers. 13:44 to go. Gets a screen. Stuckmeyer back to Jonathan Cheney. Flash pass inside for Skibba. Turn around right-handed shot up and in on the...
Kind of a mismatch under the hoop there with Braden trying to guard a much larger opponent.
Back to an 8-point deficit for the Gobblers at 47-39 with 13:25 to go. Nathan Price, top of the circle now, right side pass. Brecken Williams thought about the 3 outside the paint, throws up an awkward floating shot, nowhere to go for him, and a rebound into the hands of Noah Oberfeld. Oberfeld with the handle, cross-court pass now to Stuckmeyer, right side for Skibba. Skibba going to fire a 3-pointer off the back of the rim, no good. Coming out with it is Braden Smith. Gives it up to Brecken Williams. He'll bring it across half court, slowing up the offense down by 8, 47-39. Loose handling. Gobblers get it. Yeah, it's going to be Eli Christie off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded down to Oberfeld. Gobblers come out with an empty possession with Stuckmeyer streaking the other way. A left elbow, Euro step, no good. Rebound down to Brecken Williams. Action to each side as Braden Smith backs up on some contact and gets it up to Brecken Williams across the timeline. 12:31 to go in this first half. Left side now to Brecken Williams with space on him to Alex Palm in the lane. Loses the handle, gets it back out. Nathan Price going to fire it up and off the back of the rim, no good. Palm with the board. Palm backs up the defender. 3 players in. Eli Christie draws some contact up with a wild shot, no good, and it's going to be Skibba with a rebound. Gobblers with offensive opportunities multiple times, but still come up on the sour end. 47-39, Gobblers still trail by 8. Now we'll go to the Pierz Pioneers side with Stuckmeyer getting a screen from Oberfeld. He'll look to drive. Back in the right corner. Deep 2 on the way, no good. Rebound down to Brecken Williams. We got a foul called on the floor. Looks like That might be Skiba with another foul assessed to him. It will be Eugene Skiba, his second, team second of the half as well for the Pierz Pioneers. And Barkley will check in for Skiba as he'll sit with his 2 fouls in this contest.
Nice crowd tonight here.
Absolutely. A few late arrivals as well. I know some fans from the previous contest sticking around as well. Of course, after the conclusion of this contest is Tanner Nissen checking in for the Gobblers as well. We'll see Brayton Smith with the handle of the basketball. The trophy presentation, all tournament team as well, that will be announced in the conclusion of this contest. Brecken Williams to Brayton Smith, 11:25 to go. Gobblers down 8. Alex Palm, top of the circle, left side. Brecken Williams left alone. 3-pointer on the way, off the front of the rim, no good. Palm with the rebound, put back shot, not good enough as it's fought for once again. Ball pops out of the hands as Nathan Price, Ben Barkley now comes out with it on the positive side again for Pierz with a Euro step and final. We're going to get a block. No, we're going to get a charge. Yes, now they correct it. The official initially said block, waved it off, then went with the charge.
Wow.
A raw sense of emotions within about a nanosecond of each other for fans on both ends of the floor.
Barkley's 3rd foul.
Some of the bigs for the Pioneers getting into some foul trouble. Barkley with 3, a pair for Skiba and Oberfeld. With under 11 to play. Palm for a 3-pointer off the side of the rim. This one's going to go long and out, unfortunately, for Alex Palm. 47-39 the score. As Stuckmeyer will bring it slowly across half court for the Pierz Pioneers after the last few minutes that have been wild on both ends of the floor. Just looking for a little bit more consistency and calmness in the lane for Cheney. Back to Barkley. Left corner now. Back into Barkley. Blocked by Isaac Osmus, who checked in during the last stoppage, to Tanner Nissen. Back out. Braden Smith. 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim. No good. Osmus with a putback. Can't get the shot to go as he might have been impeded upon. To Fisher in the lane. Right-handed wild shot. Osmus with a rebound. He'll give it up to Braden Smith. Bodies hitting the deck on both ends of the floor for both teams as Braden Smith comes back the other way. We've held stout at 47-39 as Tanner Nissen was cutting towards the hoop. And the pass goes behind him into the Gobbler bench.
We've got an 8-6 score here in the first 8 minutes of the second half.
Wow. Well, the way the first half, the second half of the first half, the last 9 minutes of that first half, points opened up. We could very much be in store for that here. Hopefully more points from Aitkin than Pierz, but nonetheless. Handoff Barkley, down low, ball loose out on the floor. Christie tries to come out with it. We get a tie up on the jump ball, and it'll go back to the Pioneers as they get the possession arrow to their benefit here thus far before the inbound for the Pioneers, which will get the ball right back, or at least the possession arrow will go back to Aitkin. Fisher, Kirby Fisher that is, controls the offense at the top of the circle. Right side now for Ben Barkley, down low. For Cheney through the middle. Kirby Fisher's shot, no good. Fought for the rebound. Christie comes down with it, and a foul called on the way down to the floor. It'll go Kirby Fisher. That'll be his second, I believe, here tonight.
Yep, 2 for Kirby.
4 fouls in this second half, I should say. 3 for Aitkin. Started off 2 straight fouls for Aitkin. Open up the second half as Tanner Nissen brings it across half court for the Gobblers. Poked out of his hands, but recollects it to Alex Palm. We're going to set up the offense now with the design play as Braden Smith will take it left side for Tanner Nissen. Nissen over to Palm, right side for Braden Smith. 9 minutes to go in this second half. Looking for a pass inside to Eli Christie. Left elbow, left-handed shot, no good. Rebound down to Palm. Looks to get rid of it in the paint. Loses the handle. Osmus, Oberfeld fighting for it. Oberfeld comes out on the positive end with that as we get a foul called on a block on the floor. And that will be going against Aitkin. Unfortunately, 9:02 to go in this contest. It was 41-33 at the half.
Tanner Nissen picks up his second foul of the evening.
Nissen with his second, that being 4 in the half. as Oberfeld with a 3 miss, put back by Cheney, no good. Fight for the rebound down to the deck, and we are going to get tie up. Gobblers will get the basketball. 8-6 run in the second half, correct, Jeremy?
8-6, yep.
Wow.
Yep, 8-6.
Wow.
And there's been no scoring for the last 2.5 minutes, so.
8:55 to go in regulation. Points at a premium.
Gobblers need to put together a little run here. We've had opportunities there, just haven't put the ball in the hoop.
Just starts with one. They've had some good looks. Now they just need one to go in, and that'll open things up. Brecken Williams across half court. Works it left side to Nathan Price. Back into Eli Christie at the top of the circle. Christie with the right elbow extended out, and he's going to be fouled down on the floor as it will be assessed to number 2 and Kyle Wincher.
That's his third.
Now joining teammate Ben Barkley with 3 fouls. 5th team foul of the half as well for the Pierz Pioneers as Wincher out, Fisher back in. Kirby Fisher with 2 fouls. He checks back into the game. Go along with 7 points. Inbound, Alex Palm at the top of the circle now. Looks for a pass down low. It's poked out of the air, stolen away by Barkley. Barkley brings it to the front court on the left wing to Noah Oberfeld. Looks to drive. He'll stop just outside the lane. Basket will go up and in, and good. 49-39, back to a 10-point lead for the Pierz Pioneers with 8:20 to go. Eli Christie. First points in about a 3-minute span at least go to the way of the Pioneers. To Alex Palm, the left side now for Eli Christie. Up top now for Brecken Williams. Williams skip pass right side for Alex Palm. Palm back up top to Braden Smith. Looking for a cutting pass in the middle. Back over to the left wing for Brecken Williams. Movement, trying to get something going for the Gobblers offensively. Nathan Price will provide a screen to Braden Smith. Smith going to fire a 3, banks it in, and good. Cuts the deficit down to 7 at 49-42. Gobbler defense needs to come through. Right side, Stuckmeyer fakes a 3. Back to Kirby Fisher at the top of the circle to Noah Oberfeld. Oberfeld will back out, holds the ball for a second. Now we'll reassess. Skip pass left side for Stuckmeyer. Stuckmeyer fed in the middle for Kirby Fisher. Dish back out. Ben Barkley, a 3-pointer off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound tipped out of the hands of Nathan Price. Loose by Ben Barkley. Eli Christie comes out with it. Jump ball tie-up says it will go to the Pierz Pioneers on the possession arrow.
Just so close to those loose balls. That one, yeah. Good hustle play by Nathan Price. Get that ball back after the tip. And
7:11 to go in this second half. 49-42. Kirby Fisher will guide the offense at the top of the circle. Now to Stuckmeyer after a pass from Noah Oberfeld. Back to Oberfeld, top of the right side, right in front of the bench for the Pioneers. Resets the offense. Killing some time. Hanging out. Looking good, or at least trying to do one of the two. Left side for Stuckmeyer again on the wing. Up top for Oberfeld. Pass the right side for number 4 in Kirby Fisher. Skip past the free throw line for Stuckmeyer. Left alone, fires up a shot. Alex Palm will get the rebound after the miss. Eli Christie with 6.5 to go. Gobblers down by 7.
Palm's 7th rebound of the evening.
Left side pass now for Brecken Williams at the free throw line. Fed inside to Palm. Gets the back on the defender. Up and in strong and finishes it. Does Alex Palm. 5-point deficit for the Gobblers. 49-44 with 6 minutes to play. Timeout taken by the Pierz. 6:14 to go here in this contest. 49-44. It's the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship. We'll be back here after a break on YourLiveEvent.com.
Since 1938, purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated, Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobblers up by trailing, 49-44 with just over 6 minutes to go in this Quarterbacks Club Tournament Championship contest. Ball vault Jeremy Jansen, a clean second half thus far, at least in the turnover department for both teams as well. Both teams hanging on to the basketball.
Yeah, Pierz with 9 turnovers on the evening, the Gobblers with 8. Rebounds pretty even again. Been a great game thus far, and looks like I think we're in for a good one down the stretch here.
6:14 to play in regulation as the Pioneers, who called the timeout, Coach Call that is for the Pioneers, called that timeout. 6:14 to go, 49-44. Pioneers with the lead and the possession. Joey Stuckmeyer will inbound to Kirby Fisher. He'll take it now, top of the left side to Stuckmeyer once again on that pass. Looks for a penetrating pass inside. Stuckmeyer gets it back out. Now top of the key for the likes of Kirby Fisher. Right side, Noah Oberfeld. Been quiet here throughout much of this contest as giving it back to Kirby Fisher. At the free throw line, Barkley has it stolen out of his hands. Gobblers will get the basketball, and a foul called against Ben Barkley.
That Ben's fourth.
I have him for 4 as well. Nice play from Braden Smith there to get the ball and take it directly from him, and then Barkley had to reach in to try to rip it right back, but unfortunately that doesn't work that way. Under 6 to go. Gobblers down 49-44.
16 follow for the Pioneers, so the next one gets us in the bonus.
Eli Christie in the right corner being defended by Noah Oberfeld to Alex Palm at the top of the circle left side for Braden Smith. Smith being defended by Joey Stuckmeyer. He'll get it left side for Brecken Williams at the free throw line. Looks for a penetrating pass back to Nathan Price at the top of the circle, right side now. Providing a weak side screen. Braden Smith looks to drive, and a foul called on the floor, as it will be Joey Stuckmeyer called for his second against Braden Smith. Back-to-back fouls as Braden Smith has been creating, and that will get us to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 5:25 to go. Second foul of the night for Joey Stuckmeyer, team 7. So it is a 1-and-1 for Braden Smith. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. .525 to go. 49-45. Second free throw now guaranteed for Braden Smith after he made the first one. The second one is no good. Rebounded down to Jonathan Cheney. Gobblers down by 4 now after being down 10. In this second half. Now to Joey Stuckmeyer, weaves right through the defense, back out to Noah Oberfeld. Almost taken away from him by Brecken Williams, right in front of the Pioneers bench. Back to Joey Stuckmeyer at the top of the circle. Stuckmeyer will back out, 5 minutes to play, 49-45. Stuckmeyer out on the right wing, dribbles his way near the corner as a pass back up now to Kirby Fisher. Left side, Noah Oberfeld, a three-pointer is no good. Rebound fought for, last touch by Nathan Price. It's going to be kept in play. Nice play from Price to bat it back into his teammate in Braden Smith. Now across half court. Brecken Williams to Eli Christie. Christie from the top of the key. Right side for Alex Palm. Looks to drive inside the paint. Times it up just perfectly. Can't get it. Put back shot blocked and fouled on his way to the basket. Palm would have liked to get it initially, but gets a foul and a rebound on the process. And he'll head his way to the free throw line for 2 guaranteed free throws. And also, it is Eugene Skiba's third foul. 2 guaranteed free throws for Alex Palm at the line. First one is up. No good. Second free throw will be a guaranteed because of the fact it was a shooting foul against Alex Palm. Second free throw, good. Splits the difference.
Gobblers 6 of 11 from the line tonight.
Cuts it in half now to a 1-possession deficit, 49-46, 4:25 to go in this regulation contest, the championship game for the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament. Fisher, skip pass over to left side, the right side now back up top to Fisher. Down low, ball loose out on the floor. Cheney comes out with it, out to Noah Oberfeld. Right side, pass back out, stolen away by Braden Smith as he'll take his time. Coming across half court after an errant pass from Noah Oberfeld. Under 4 to go. It's a 1-possession deficit at 3 points. Eli Christie looks to drive, fires a shot just inside the arc, no good. Rebound out of the air. It's going to be loose. It's collected by the Pierz Pioneers. Think touch there by Eugene Skiba after being batted out of the air by Jonathan Cheney. 3:40 to go. Gobblers down 3:49-46. Crowd willing the Gobblers defensively. Through the middle, basket will not count. Foul called on the floor as Eli Christie will hit the deck. Might have been cramping up, it looks like, given his effort here tonight. Not a surprise, or at least that's the hope here. Try to work it out real quick. It's foul assessed to, that's going to be Braden Smith with the foul, his third. It's like Eli Christie good to go. 3:33 to go, Gobblers down, 49-46, fifth foul of the second half for the Gobblers. Foul to give as we get a foul called on the floor, it looks like. As it'll be down on the floor, assessed to the Gobblers. It's Alex Palm.
Alex is first tonight.
Yeah, Alex Palm staying out of foul trouble. 9 points here. Inbound to the right of the basket from Noah Oberfeld. He will get that inbound pass right to Eugene Skiba, but he can't handle the pass as it goes into the hands of the Gobblers with Brecken Williams. Gobblers down by 3, under 3.5 to go. And a timeout taken by Aitkin. A full timeout.
Good timeout there. You know, a little bit winded. You know, regather the offense and get some guys some much needed water, I think.
Absolutely. We'll get a timeout in the mix as well as the Gobblers do trail by the score 49-46 on YourLiveEvent.com.
ISD1.
We are ISD1. We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in the class biology. Mr. May.
Right now it's psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Welcome back on YourLiveEvent.com. 49-46, Gobblers with the basketball, under 3.5 minutes to play in this Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Basketball Tournament. Pierz Pioneers with the advantage here, with the Gobblers in the bonus as well, heading into that way in that direction as well, with 6 team fouls against them and also 8 for the Pierz Pioneers, and they are in the bonus, are the Gobblers, but we'll see with 3:22 to go. A timeout taken by Coach Stanfield as well. Give his players a quick respite. And you know, Eli Christie, last defensive possession, did cramp up, so give him an opportunity to get some water and rest real quick as he will get the handoff, Eli Christie, to Brecken Williams before coming across half court. Williams gets a screen, fed down low to Nathan Price, just off his foot, and rolls out of bounds. Gobblers turn it over, unfortunately. 49-46 as Joey Stuckmeyer will bring it across half court for the Pierz Pioneers. Up by 3, went to Fisher. Oberfeld for a 3, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound to Fisher, denied as it goes off a Gobbler and will go out of bounds. 2:56.
Kind of a forced 3 there, probably not what Coach Call wants in that situation.
It almost seemed that the three-pointer even surprised Noah Oberfeld. It's like, oh, I think I'm shooting a 3 here.
Yeah, right. I'm kind of
didn't look very confident.
He hasn't been that open.
2:52 to go. Clock will continue to run with Pierz with the handle of the basketball. 3-point deficit for the Gobblers. That's been as low as it's been here to start off this second half. To Stuckmeyer, he'll look to drive, lose the handle in the lane, but regains fadeaway jumper high off the backboard, loose ball. Alex Palm with the loose change. 2.5 to go, Gobblers down by 3, looks towards the bench, does Eli Christie for instructions. 2.5 to go, pass the right side for Braden Smith, gets a screen from Alex Palm. Thought about spotting back for the 3, but will get a pass over to Eli Christie after being touched by Nathan Price. In the lane, left-handed or turnaround shot, bank it up and in and good for Eli Christie. Gobblers down by 1 at 49-48 with 2 minutes to go. 24 points in total now for Eli Christie. Right side, Alex Palm almost strips it away as it.
He did strip it and then went off his own foot down of bounds. Great play there.
Being tenacious are the Gobbler defense, as we'll see. Kyle Winchard check out, brings in Ben Barkley with his 4 fouls, exchanging a player with 3 fouls to 4 fouls. Barkley with the handle of the ball with 2 minutes left. Gobblers down 49-48. Barkley gets it over to Joey Stuckmeyer.
There he got it that time.
Stolen away by Alex Palm, redeems himself. Gobblers down by 1. Eli Christie will take it himself across half court. Looks it over to the left side now for Brecken Williams at the free throw line. Jumper on the way. Good for Brecken Williams. Gobblers take the lead at 50-49. Just over 90 seconds and a timeout taken by the Pioneers. Big bucket, Brecken.
It almost seemed, Paul, like Pioneers were just waiting for that, for us to come out, pressure, get that foul. They didn't really press to score in those last 2 or 3 possessions, and they turned the ball over. Extra passes is going to do that, and we take advantage,
All set up there by that steal from Alex Palm. He almost had it in the last possession, too. It just went off his foot. Comes right back. Brecken Williams hits the jumper at the free throw line as it's 50-49. And Brecken Williams now also with first points of the night for Brecken as well.
First points, big shot, that, jumper from the free throw line. I'm going to make mention again, Pierz has only scored 8 points in the second half, Paul. And that was at the 10-minute mark I had made that mention. With 1:31 to go, still only 8 points here in the second half.
17 to 8 now in total in favor of the Aitkin Gobblers in this low-scoring second half. 50-49. Pioneers with the basketball after the timeout from Joe Call. Loose out of the floor, stolen away by Palm once again. Hands it off to Eli Christie. Under 90 seconds to go, Gobblers have the possession of the basketball. Now we'll get it over left side up top for Brayton Smith. Smith at the top of the circle, right side for Eli Christie. Up top, Nathan Price to Brecken Williams. Williams up top now for Alex Palm. Palm looks for a pass now over to Brayden Smith. Smith will cut a pass back up to the middle of the floor with a minute to go for the Aitkin Gobblers, up by 1. Now to Nathan Price. Price to Brecken Williams on the left wing. Looks for a penetrating pass. He'll keep it himself around the perimeter. Double team on him. Over to Brayden Smith. Loose ball down to the floor. Kept by the Gobblers to Brayden Smith, and he is fouled. Pioneers feeling the pressure. 30 seconds taken off. Almost 30 seconds taken off the clock there in that possession before the foul finally coming through, as it'll be Brayden Smith at the line for a 1-and-1.
9th team foul for the Pioneers. Next one puts us in the double.
Brayden Smith at the line for the front end of 1-and-1. Makes the first. 51-49.
7 points the second half for Brayden.
Second free throw now guaranteed. Brayden Smith throws it up and good. Makes it a 3-point lead. 52-49 across half court. 45 seconds to go. To Joey Stuckmeyer at the top of the circle. Works it right side now. Skip pass to Noah Oberfeld. Right side for Stuckmeyer once again. Gobbler fans yelling defense as a timeout taken by Coach Call for the Pierz Pioneers. Full timeout taken. We'll keep it right here with only 30 seconds to go here in regulation. Down by 3. Pierz needs something to go to tie this thing up. Even down with 29.8 seconds left. And the Gobbler defense here, especially in the second half, has been able to, keep things relatively in front of them, even stealing a couple possessions in the process.
Yeah, those last 3 possessions, they came up empty with turnovers on the Pioneers' part, and Gobblers took advantage on the offensive end. And here they're going to have to draw something up. What are your thoughts? You think Oberfeld's the guy that's going to try to tie this game?
I think they're going to try and find a way to get him open. I know that it hasn't quite been there for Noah Oberfeld tonight, but if it's going to be a chance for him to come up with something, 10 points overall for Noah Oberfeld, but Jonathan Chaney on the floor still with 15. It very well could be the chance and opportunity for Noah Oberfeld to make something happen here. 29.8 seconds to go, down by 3 in the championship game.
I think a lot of coaches in this situation are going to go for the quick 2 and then the foul and right. Versus the 3. As one part about that, we've played great defense on Oberfeld. He hasn't got a lot of attempts. And the rest of the Pierz squad haven't attempted many 3-pointers, maybe 1 or 2 besides what Oberfeld has attempted.
So very well could be to go that route. Either Stuckmeyer or Fisher go for the quick 2 and then play the foul game here with 29.8 seconds to go in regulation. Gobbler defense will have the inbound to Joey Stuckmeyer. He'll survey from the top of the right side. Trying to get a pass over to Ben Barkley. Now left side into the corner, right between the legs of Noah Oberfeld. A turnover by the Pioneers. right through the wickets of Noah Oberfeld. Gobblers will get the basketball. And a timeout taken by Aitkin. 21.5 seconds ago, Gobblers get the ball back after a low pass that went right between the legs of Noah Oberfeld, and they were setting him up in that left corner. It looked like he was going to try and go for it all.
Yep, he was. He was there, and just a good defensive play on Brecken's part just to force that errant pass. Brecken or Braden, I can't remember which one of them was, but force that errant pass low and through the wickets. He wouldn't have gotten that shot off even if he catches it. The defense closed down pretty quickly.
52-49 the score. Gobblers trailed by 8 at the half, and including as much as at least double digits through much of the first and into the second half as well. Scraping right through, stealing possessions, a low-scoring second half in total. Just 19 points for the Gobblers compared to 8, a 19-8 differential in points from first half deficit into a second half lead for the Gobblers.
And as we spoke in the pregame, it was going to come down to the defense. Yep. We played active last night, pressure defense, and they've done a great job team defense here. So I think they go for the home run ball here, Paul.
I think so as well. Try to find something down there.
Streaking down, and
worst comes to worst, you make Pierz go all the way down the length of the floor on the possession. And might as well throw your starting quarterback in to inbound the basketball.
Might as well.
Certainly has the arm strength to do so. Braden Smith will inbound to the extreme left corner of the baseline. Looks to get it in. He will do so to Alex Palm. Palm will be fouled on his way over towards the bench of the
double bonus, though, here
double
for the
bonus. Yes, they will be in the double bonus now. The 10th team foul of the half. Foul assessed to number 4. That is going to be Kirby Fisher. Fisher now with 4 fouls tonight. 52-49, 2 guaranteed free throws for Alex Palm. First free throw from Alex Palm off the front of the rim, no good. 20-3 the score. Noah Oberfeld back into the contest. 20.3 seconds to go. 52-49. Palm's second attempt at the line is good. 53-49 inbound to Noah Oberfeld, down by 4. 17 seconds ago. Joey Stuckmeyer will go up with a left-handed scoop shot, no good. Rebound batted loose. Eli Christie comes out with it. 9 seconds to go, and he'll hand it off to Nathan Price. Quickly around the horn we go. 5 down to 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that will do it. Aitkin Gobblers back-to-back. Aitkin Quarterback Club Holiday Tournament champions with a comeback victory over the Pierz Pioneers. Not only a nice home win, but a Section 7 2A championship win as well.
Great
section win as well.
What a game. We got that spoiled 2 years in a row here, Paul.
Yeah. 59-43, our final score. Gobblers victorious and tournament champions thus again here on their home floor. We'll take a break. Post-game show coming your way as it is a win for the Aitkin Gobblers here on YourLiveEvent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader.
Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com here tonight on the post-game show. 53-49, a win for the Aitkin Gobblers, coming back in the second half to claim victory in the Aitkin Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship over the Pierz Pioneers. Paul Volt, Jeremy Jansen, as we try to, well, get our heart rates back in check, and the excitement, of course, capping off 2 busy days of high school basketball action, but a win nonetheless for the Aitkin Gobblers, not only for the fact that they win the tournament championship, but also back at 500 while claiming a Section 7 2A win to get them over that 500 mark in the section, but also back to 500 as well after a tough start to the schedule. As we dive right into it, the Aitkin Gobblers and the Pierz Pioneers, back and forth they went to start off. Of course, the first half ended up 41-33, and again, Pierz was able to sneak away late, even after the Gobblers trimmed it down to a 1-point deficit, trailed early, took a lead, but then at one point Pierz was able to sneak away, not only with a 10-point lead at one point, and were able to, the Gobblers kept things relatively close. The last couple minutes of that first half, they were able to sneak away and get that 8-point lead going into halftime, Jeremy.
Yeah, correct, 8-point lead, and they actually went out to a 10-point lead in the second half, 47-37, and we went on a 16-2 run there to close it out.
Yeah, the fact the point differential, Gobblers had them under 10 points through 18 minutes of a half. Still very, very impressive given the fact that the Gobblers came back, defense played through, out rebounding them overall in that contest. They go through the all-tournament team here for the likes of the, for the 4 teams that competed here as well. For the 4 teams, that being Mille Lacs, Greenway, of course Pierz, and also for the Aitkin Gobblers as well. But taking a chance here to dive more into this contest. Gobblers were trailing throughout much of this second half, down to 10-point deficit in the second half. Defense came through, stole possessions, rebounded, shut down a few key players down the stretch, took advantage of the free throw line. That's been a bit of a misnomer as well for the Gobblers, especially the first handful of games. They've struggled at the free throw line, to say the least, but ultimately came through to get that win of 53-49. Brecken Williams ultimately the game-winning basket as well to give the Gobblers the lead in that win here tonight. So a real overall dynamic performance here from multiple players here tonight.
Yeah, just a great team win. The team defense was the key. They rebounded as a team and played selfless basketball.
Absolutely. Now 3-3 on the season. The Gobblers improved too while going 2-1 in Section 7 2A. The Pierz Pioneers fall to 4-2, 1-1 in the section. Get a break here on the post-game show. Of course, we'll be more than happy to talk with Coach Stanfield coming up here in just a little while. Of course, they're going through the all-tournament teams, and they've got to hand the medals and the trophy to the Gobblers, who win the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship. We'll get a break here on the post-game show. Still lots more to divulge from this contest here on YourLiveEvent.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Welcome back on YourLiveEvent.com. Aitkin Gobblers victorious tonight, 53-49, as the Gobblers come out on the winning end. And, of course, the champions of the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament here this year for the second straight year, and beat the Pierz Pioneers for the second straight year. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen on the post-game show, talking more about this matchup and looking at some of the numbers here as well, Jeremy. And again, we talked about it before we went into our break, just a complete team performance here tonight in multiple areas.
Yeah, you know, you've got Eli, 24 points, 5 rebounds. He really set the stage in the first half. We needed him there, and he had the hot hand. And then in the second half, you've got Braden Smith with 8, and Alex Palm with 6 in that second half, and seven key rebounds in that second half. And so really fought, and he did an excellent job guarding Noah Oberfeld. That was his job tonight. Yep. Held him to 10 points on the evening, and a guy that's probably averaging 20 this season. He had 20 last night, and so he frustrated him all night long. Gobblers with 28 rebounds to the Pierz Pioneers 21. 12 turnovers for the Pioneers, 9 for the Gobblers tonight. And as you had talked yesterday, Paul, the struggle early for the Gobblers at the free throw line, and tonight 10 of 15 from the free throw stripe, and great and some big ones down the stretch. Braden makes those two of 2, and so.
Gobblers, of course, started off the season 0-3, of course, with those, hard-fought matchups that they've gotten with a tough schedule, and, of course, now at a 3-3 record on the season, bouncing back now 3 straight wins here tonight as well. As we'll welcome into the post-game show for your Aitkin Gobblers coach, Scott Stanfield. Regulation victory this time around against the Pierz Pioneers in the Holiday Championship, coach, but you battle back from a multiple 10-point deficits first and second half, and defense came through late in this contest, held Pierz to 8 points in the second half, and you get the win here tonight.
Yeah, we mixed up our defenses, little man, little zone. I thought we extended our zone to the shooters, and to be honest with you, it took them out of what they wanted to do. Really. Right. And we had busy, active bodies. I mean, we definitely, I thought, played harder for longer portions of the game. Even though we got a little tired, I thought our kids really fought through. I thought Eli, Christie's growing up every game, maturing, doing the things he has to do. Alex Palm, what can you say about Alex? I mean, he had to battle some big guys, him and Nathan. I thought they held their own inside, which is huge against this team because they're a big scrappy outfit. But Braden Smith is coming. He's keeping his emotions in check, and this is about as quality of a win for us, that we've had, and it's right up there with the Crosby wins and the wins that we had the last couple years, because Pierz is a tough team to match up with.
Yeah, solid
they
opponent.
really are. They have some big, strong kids, but our kids were like little gnats. They were flying all over, getting hands on the ball. I don't know how many deflections we got, but it's going to be high.
Especially they're late, Coach. That 3 or 4 empty possessions late in that game.
Yeah.
Where we turned the ball over and got offensive possessions and ended up taking the lead. And I think that was the key. Is just those active hands and being pressure defense.
Yeah, and when we did get them, we turned those turnovers into some really quality possessions.
Correct.
We got extremely good looks off of our pick and roll offense or Duke there late, and we just stuck with it, and our kids were reading it well. And I can't be happier for a group of kids, because when you go get trounced for 3 games, you wonder, as a coach, it's okay, it's good.
Right.
But as a kid going through it, you wonder, is that going to be a mentality of accepting the losses? But
you wonder.
We understand that right now. that had helped us, and they just kept fighting through.
If you don't play those 3 games early, this may be a different outcome.
We don't win this game.
Correct.
I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah,
I mean, we just don't win this game.
Yep.
But it taught us what we got to do to take care of the ball in pressure situations, how we got to rebound, how we got to defend, and really proud of our kids because they could have packed her in. We were down by 10 and we took a couple early shots, and after a timeout, we just said, hey, if we run our offense, we'll get good looks.
Yep.
We want to make them chase, and I really thought that their big kid, number 33, was tired at the end of the game. And,
Alex ran him into the ground.
Yeah, and that was kind of what we wanted to do. And Alex just sweats a lot. You don't get tired. He just sweats a lot. So I'm sure he lost about 10, 15 pounds.
I lost a large blizzard tonight. I said, Alex, if you go for a double-double, I buy you a large blizzard.
Did he get a double-double?
That little tap on to Eli, and the last one was the double-double.
You got a blizzard coming.
You got a large blizzard coming.
Coach, don't get anything. All right, you deserve it.
Coach, as always, we certainly do appreciate the time for you to come up.
Yep.
Now 3-3, you get a section win as well.
Yeah, that was a big win.
Yeah, it was
a big win.
Yep.
So I'm proud of our kids, and they can come into a shoot-a-thon tomorrow and have some fun with it and take another little break, and then we get to go to Cloquet and have Pillager at home. Yeah. And we got 6 home games in a row.
Yeah.
So we just want to stay after it and get better.
One stat on the shirt, Coach, big 10 to 15 from the free throw line tonight. One where maybe a couple games past where you wanted to get better, but some big ones down the stretch, and be able to seal the deal.
And late in games, you just want to keep the scoreboard moving, whether it's 1 point or if you make them both. But you certainly want to convert one,
right?
Because you got to keep that scoreboard moving. I thought Brecken Williams come off a pick and roll and drilled just a nice little 15-footer and to take the lead, and we never looked back.
That was the game winner.
Man, we played well down the stretch, so it's going to be fun to watch this on film and take a closer look at how busy we were. But that's the way we got to play.
Yep. Yeah. Fun one to watch from up here, I can tell you that.
Coach, we appreciate the time as always. Look forward to talking to you next week as we'll join here on the post-game show. And now we get to Eli Christie. He finished with 24 tonight?
24 points, 5 rebounds. I didn't count your steals, Eli. There's lots of those too. So, but active hands in a great game.
Yeah, once again, Eli Christie, of course, being one of the catalysts on the defensive end. I know you look on paper at face value, you look during warm-ups. They're a taller team. They're a bigger team, but you guys with active hands here tonight were able to steal away a lot of possessions. What was it about defensively you guys were able to get the edge and maybe get a little bit more of the matchup, especially in that second half?
I think stamina is definitely the biggest part of that game. I mean, their timeouts at the end weren't trying to scheme, they were trying to rest, and we were ready to go. I mean, Alex came up with 2-3 huge steals there at the end, just when they weren't ready and they couldn't get to the ball because Coach has been running us a little bit these past couple days, so that helped out,
I know that you guys faced a couple of 10-point deficits early in the first half and obviously at the midway point of the second half, but your team just kept going at it, relentless, and especially being down in a very low-scoring second half, too. Your team was able to hold them under 10 points in that second half. I know that a lot of those shots that you were able to put up in that second half as a team overall were going to be quality shots, too, and I know that stealing away a lot of those possessions came back to help you guys out in the back end.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. What was I going to say? Great leader. We had great leadership this game. I will say that for sure. I mean, our seniors, me, Alex, Tanner, Andrew, Nathan, we didn't get down one time. We knew we were in this game and we wanted to win.
You can see that from the opening start of this game. That's exactly what it was. You were out to play, and no matter what the score was, you were ready to go and great team defense.
Yeah.
The team defense tonight was the best that I've seen, in a long time. So It was fun to watch.
Thank you.
Certainly appreciate the time, Eli, as always, for coming on. We'll hand off the microphone here if you can pull him away for a couple of minutes here. I know he's going to be pretty busy here the rest of the evening, or at least I believe he's got a blizzard that he's going to be.
Large blizzard. I told Alex before the game if he goes for a double-double, that little tap on to Eli on that last possession got you your 10th rebound. So, yes, great game. Defensively, Paul, as we spoke, Alex did a fabulous job on Noah Oberfeld, held him to 10 points. Not many good looks, forced a lot of shots, and really made him tired. You could see he was frustrated all night, and it was fun to watch from up here.
Man, he's a good player, though. Man,
he is.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's a good guy, too. Didn't talk crap, just steady the whole game.
Yep.
Nice guy.
Yep.
Want to talk about those last couple of possessions, especially on the defensive end too. You get a couple of key steals, including the one that set up that 2-point shot there for Brecken too. I know the possession before you had the steal, goes off your foot, rolls out of bounds, and then you give it right back to Pierz too. But then you follow right back up with that steal. What?
Literally in the same place on the court.
Same place, right in front of their bench, just beyond the arc too. You get the steal back, and you set up the defense, set up the offense, I should say, and you were able to help ultimately set up that game-winning shot, game-changing shot too. I know that. What did you see there, especially back-to-back possessions in the same spot? They're able to sneak out and at least get a hand on the ball both times.
Yeah, so I kind of noticed. We were in 2-3 most of the, if not all of the second half there. So as I'm sitting there, I noticed that the point guard doesn't really look when he passes to the right there. And he did it almost a lot of the drive, probably 70% of the time, just to that same spot every time. So I kind of went up there the first time, went off my foot. I'm like, all right, this is working. And I did it. Sorry, I was screaming after the game. My voice is kind of crazy here. So I just went up there and tipped it, and then it worked again. So it was pretty good.
Anticipated the second time, and and came out for the good guys. And then that, to your point, Paul, led to Brecken's only 2 points of the game. That free throw jumper that give us a 2-point lead, and so that big turnover steal and come down to the other end and a 2-point lead, and then you seal it with the free throw, and so.
Scariest free throw of my life. Man.
And I know we talked with Eli about it too. Your team down multiple times, 10+ points. It looked like that Pierz was going to come away there and lead even by more. What was it that your team was able to stick with it, ultimately steal away a few possessions, and ultimately not only tie the game but take the lead and ultimately win tonight? What did you see there, maybe from something somebody said or just maybe a player or two that worked to your guys' advantage? What ultimately kept you guys going, especially going in the last handful of minutes of that game?
Eli just being so hyped all the time is really helping us. We're all hustling hard. He's a great captain, great guy. 2-3 really helped us. Once we got into that, we noticed that they weren't doing too hot. We went out on 33 in their shooters when they got the ball. 2-3 just really helped us. We just stuck with it. They really stopped scoring. I don't know.
8 points in the second half. That's
8 points in the second half. That's insane.
Yeah.
So 2-3 really helped us, and we just tried to hit our shots. Some of them don't go in. I had a couple, but it's all right. We took it out, and
we commented the first half. The rebounds were even 13 apiece. While you guys were leading in the first half in rebounds, that's the time you made the comeback and cut that deficit. And then in the second half, they kind of went out to a little early lead, and then you guys dominated the boards down the stretch and ended up 28-21 on the boards, and that's when that difference in the game kind of shifted to you guys taking care of offensive boards and most importantly defensive boards.
23 was really good at getting those rebounds. So once we started putting a body on him, there wasn't really much else to box out.
Well, I don't have a blizzard right now for you, but I do have a T-shirt for you as well. He's going to be the one that's going to get you that blizzard. But Alex Palm, thanks so much for joining us here on the post-game show.
You.
Alex Palmer, Enbridge, I Bring the Energy, a player of the game tonight. 10 points, 10 rebounds, a large blizzard, a T-shirt, and ultimately the steal that set up the game-winning basket as well. Of course, our Enbridge, I Bring the Energy, player of the game. Brought to you by Enbridge. Thank you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project as construction is complete on a newer and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we rely on every day. And it was done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people from Enbridge. And, of course, we still got to name our big deal player of the game here tonight. And I think one player that we can throw out there certainly, ultimately gave the Gobblers the lead, and they never looked back with Brecken Williams' only 2 points of the game. You know what? Small sample size, but effective nonetheless with those 2 points.
When we talked about in the first half, he came off the bench. We were down 12-2 or 10-2 early there, Paul, and kind of ran the point and kind of brought us back. And that's when we took that lead. We went up 18-15, and same thing, was very calm. Second half, helping distribute the ball, running the point, and I think that's a great choice in that 2 point hoop, the only one of the night, and he gets to be that Big deal, player of the game.
Our big deal player of the game tonight, Brecken Williams, brought to you by Atwater GM in Aitkin, Riverwood Healthcare, Pizza Ranch in Baxter, Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, as well as the Takedown Gym in Brainerd. Our big deal player of the game will belong to Brecken Williams for the Aitkin Gobblers. Gobblers now back at 500. Started off the season 0-3, now 3-3 with 3 straight wins. And also the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament Championship back in the trophy case. They had trouble finding the trophy in the first place, and then they found it. They pulled it out and
dusted it off
a little bit. And hey, it's back in the trophy case. It will be in about 15-20 minutes from now or so. But nonetheless, Gobblers now 3-3 on the season. Pierz falls to 4-2. Pierz is going to be on the road next Thursday at Morrow, while the Aitkin Gobblers will be looks like they'll be at Cloquet coming up on Thursday of next week into 2023. Gobbler girls fell 74-45 in the championship against Ogilvie. Mille Lacs fell against the likes of Greenway in the third place game on the boys' side of the bracket, and also it was McGregor falling 83-41 against Northwoods in the third place game from the Quarterbacks Club Holiday Tournament this evening. Gobblers victorious here tonight, 24 points for Eli Christie in total, and 15 points as well for Jonathan Cheney to lead the way for the Pierz Pioneers. Gobblers improve again to 3-3 on the season. Man, it couldn't have get a better send-off for this holiday basketball tournament, and a great group of people also to keep this tournament running from beginning to end, putting in all the work to get this tournament running as smooth as possible here. So big hats off to the Quarterbacks Club as well for another great year for this holiday tournament.
Been fun, Paul. Thanks for having me along.
Absolutely. Anytime you want to come back on, we'll certainly take it, and certainly do appreciate it as always, Jeremy, for coming on. So
I think I'm going to sneak out and try to catch period 3 of the Wild game.
I do not blame you as well. I know there's a second half of football to be watched and listened to with Thursday night NFL football action, but the Gobblers here win tonight by the score of 53-49. As we do wrap things up here on YourLiveEvent.com, as a big thank you once again to the Quarterbacks Club for Aitkin for of course, putting on this holiday tournament as always. And a big thank you to Athletics Director Jason Klein for keeping the ship sailing in the right direction throughout this entire tournament. Aitkin schools as well, Aitkin High School especially, for allowing us to, of course, broadcast Aitkin Gobbler Sports. Big thank you to all of our sponsors for allowing us to broadcast here tonight as well. If you saw some of our sponsors with this broadcast here this evening, be sure to thank them with your patronage, and always shop local. Aitkin Gobblers win 53-49 here tonight. Be sure to flip it on over to 3WI AM 1270, 96.3 FM. Second half action with the Dallas Cowboys at the Tennessee Titans here this evening. Of course, we'll have more coming up through the rest of the week and into the weekend, into 2023. So be sure to tune in tomorrow morning during the Wake the Lakes morning show for a full breakdown on sports scores, schedules, broadcast times, and so much more. Gobblers win tonight, 53-49. And a big thank you to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. For the likes of Jeremy Jansen and Aitkin High School, big thank you to Coach Scott Stanfield for joining us here on the pregame and the postgame show. Gobblers victorious here tonight, 53-49. Thanks so much for tuning in here. Gobblers repeat as Quarterback Club at Tournament Champions here on YourLiveEvent.com. This has been a proud presentation of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, the Halstead Telephone Company, YourLiveEvent.com. Till next time, this is Paul Vold signing off. You join the rest of your Thursday night and heading into the weekend. Happy New Year. Thanks again, and good night, everybody.
Thank you.